Hi, fourth graders. This is part 2 of our Unit 1 review. Yeah, part 2. It's the Empire Strikes Back of math review videos. And we're going to take a look at a few more examples from the unit review that you've taken home. Let's look at item 12. The directions say that we need to round each number to the place value of the underlined digit. And we have the number 33,875. And the digit that's underlined is in the thousands place. So that says I've got to round this number to the nearest thousand. Now that doesn't mean that the 30,000 goes away. It just means that we're not going to mess with the 30,000 part, at least in the case of this number. So what are our choices if we're to the nearest thousand? Well, if I think about where I'm at 33,000 and something. So if I started to count backward, I wouldn't get any further than, say, 33,000. That would be the nearest thousand if I have to round down or go low. If I started counting up, I could get to 34,000. Now my job is to decide which of these is the most reasonable answer if we're going to round. Which of these is the number 33,875 closest to? And in general, we've been taught to kind of look to the right and say, okay, 4 or less, let it rest. In other words, let it round low. 5 or more, let it soar. In other words, let it round high. We can also look at the whole rest of this number and say, okay, well, halfway between 33,000 and 34,000 would be 33,500. Well, 875, that's more than 500. Whether I use the shortcut rounding rule or whether I think about is this more than halfway or less than halfway to the next thousand, I end up seeing that I'm going to want to round up to get to the nearest thousand, which is 34,000. And not 4,000, because we can't just ignore the 30,000 that's there. The nearest thousand would be 34,000. If we tried to round to 4,000, well, we'd be going way, 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 way past the nearest thousand. All right, now let's get into some greater subtraction. We've been in pretty good shape with addition. We all use our different methods, and that's fine. Now let's take a look at subtraction, and let's be really careful and deliberate about how we do any ungrouping and regrouping that might be necessary to easily subtract these greater numbers. Right away I look at the ones place and I see I'm going to have to regroup from a greater place value because I can't take 7 out of 6. Just not going to work. So I look to my tens and I see, okay, no problem. I can take 10 out of the tens place and move that over and add those 10 ones to my 6 ones, and I have 16 ones to deal with now. Now I can do 16 take away 9, no problemo. Or 16 take away 7, sorry about that, that's going to be 9. So the ones place is all sorted out. I go to the tens, I have 2 tens, take away 1 10, that means I'm going to have 1 10 remaining. Then I get to the hundreds place and I'm faced with that dilemma I had in the ones place. If I have 2 hundreds, I can't take 5 hundreds out of that. It's not enough. So I'm going to need more hundreds. Well, I can get that by ungrouping 1,000 and regrouping it as 10 hundreds with my 2 hundreds here. 10 hundreds plus 2 hundreds means I have 12 hundreds there. Take away 5 hundreds. I think that's going to get me 8 hundreds. 8, 10, no, it's going to be 7 hundreds. 7 hundreds. Now I look at the thousands place. I've got 4,000, and then it asks me to take 8,000 away. No way, Jose. I don't have enough thousands right now. Not a problem, because I can always ungroup a 10,000 and make that 10 thousands plus the 4 thousands I have leaves me with 14 thousands, take away 8 thousands. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That leaves me with 6 thousands remaining. Now in my 10 thousands place, I have 8 in the 10 thousands, minus 7 10 thousands. I have 1 in the 10 thousands remaining then. 7 in the 100 thousands, take away 4 in the 100 thousands. I have 300,000 remaining. So if I take a look, I see I have 316,719 as a difference. Now, we have talked about this over and over again. It's a really good idea to add up to check your work. So I'm going to take that difference and I'm going to try adding the lesser of the two numbers in my subtraction problem. And if my math is correct, then I should get a sum in my check of 795,236. Let's see. 9 times 7, or 9 times 7, 9 plus 7 is 16. I'm going to do new groups below and carry the 10 over. 1, 2, 3 tens, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 hundreds, which means I'm going to have to take that 1,000 and regroup that in the thousands place. I have 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15,000. I can keep my 5,000, but I'm going to have to again regroup the 10,000 in the 10,000s place. I have 7, 8, 9 10,000s and 4, 5, 6, 7 in the 100,000s. And I can see, oh, yep, hooray. My math is correct. Times. Last one for now. Let's take a look at item 19. It asks us to do some problem solving. It says one machine makes 125,200 small paper clips in one day. Another machine makes 83,650 large paper clips in one day. Right away, because I want to be an accurate problem solver, I write down the math information, and you can see that right in the video. Now I look at the question. How many fewer large paper clips than small paper clips are made in one day? Fewer than tells me I'm comparing these numbers. And when I compare numbers, most of the time, that involves subtraction. So I'm going to take the number of small paper clips, and then I'm going to subtract the number of large paper clips made in one day. So 1's place simple, but 10's place I can't take 5 out of 0, so I'm going to have to ungroup from the hundreds and take that 100 and make it 10 tens. 10 tens, take away 5 tens, leaves me with 5 tens. My hundreds, I can't take 600 out of 100, so I'm going to have to ungroup one of the thousands and regroup it as 10 hundreds plus 100. I have 11 hundreds. 11 take away 6. It's going to leave me with 500 remaining. 4,000 take away 3,000. I have 1,000 remaining. And here, well, I mean, I can ungroup and regroup, but basically it's 12 take away 8, isn't it? 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, so I'm going to have 40,000 remaining there. 41,550, and you know where I stand on this. Even when I don't have enough room, I'm going to move things over and say I'm adding up to check, because I want to be correct. I don't just want to be done. And if I'm correct, I should get a sum of 125,200. Let's see how we do. Indeedy do. I don't even need a teacher to tell me if I'm correct, because I have checked my work with an inverse operation. You can do the same thing too. In fact, I hope you do the same thing, not only on this review and not only on this test, but any time that you need to accurately check your subtraction or your addition. Use that inverse operation. study, review, make up problems and solve them, have your parents check them, watch this video together, enjoy yourself a little bit with this, and I will see you on test day.